My name is Mark Rock. I was the founder of a company called Audioboo, which is a sound sharing platform. Before that, I had an interactive TV company called PlayJam, and I've just started on my new adventure, which is ADIO, which is a self-service radio platform. In a startup, idea validation. So you can come up with an idea. It might be great, it might be terrible. Who's to know? So that's the vision as it were, really. And in parallel to that, you need to find a great team. But you, as quickly as possible, need to get to market with your first product to actually validate it against a customer, because it's you can have a great idea that no one will want. So you need to find out as soon as possible whether people want the idea that you've come up with. There are so many hardest steps. I think knowing when you're wrong is probably the biggest one. In parlance these days, that's called knowing when to pivot. So you worked and worked and worked, you've released your product to the public, no one wants it. You really decide at that point whether to give up or whether to learn more about your customer so you can pivot to the idea that you want. Living with risk is another one. By its very nature, a startup is a risk endeavor, and you need to be comfortable with that. Those are the two big ones, yeah. My first startup, the biggest lesson was not to leave your ego at home when you come to work. As you grow a startup, you're employing many more people there, looking to you for some kind of leadership or feeling that the business is doing well. And for a lot of founders, ego is a big part of it. And it's the one big thing that gets in the way of actually allowing your team to do the best they can. I would say that I stumbled into being an entrepreneur. I originally trained in politics, kind of discovered an interest in technology and started from there. I have no set approach because from each business I have, I learn so much. I fail and I stumble and I make big mistakes, and I just try to learn as much as possible from those. Probably the one thing I've learned is that the customer is where you get all of your lessons, and if you don't try and evaluate the assessment to customers, you're more likely to fail. Biggest reward, I think one is the team. It's just if you build a good team, seeing them work together autonomously, empowering them, I get huge pleasure from. And in fact, probably one of my big skills is just kind of a people gluer. I can't really do much myself. What I can do is create teams that go on to greatness themselves.